Okay, we're going straight over to Maggie in the studio for more on the breaking news of the stabbing of the Brazilian far-right presidential hopeful. Maggie? Brilliant. That'll work, won't it? Stabbing him. That'll help dampen his far-right rhetoric about violent crime, won't it? This won't hand the moral high ground to one of the scariest presidential candidates in recent Brazilian history, will it? What is wrong with these people? Right, this week, right, in a week where watching the Supreme Court Senate hearing was like watching a daytime soap, like an afternoon rerun of LA Law, okay, in the same week where a book written by the guy who exposed Watergate says everyone he spoke to who works for Trump thinks he's a prick, in the same week that an anonymous source at the highest level of government is so frustrated by the president that he just has to talk to somebody, namely the New York Times. Yes, the president is a fucking prick. Oh, that's better. Right, back to work. You know, all of this shit happening this week, the left's response, no platforming Steve Bannon. Okay, so Trump's chief election strategist, he was invited to speak at the New Yorker festival. Jim Carrey, amongst other speakers, tweeted that he didn't want to do it anymore, so Bannon was disinvited. Win! When did we get to a point where celebrities decide what we can and can't listen to, okay? I'm not a fucking child. I know a far-right piece of shit when I see one. I am not so suggestible to Bannon's rhetoric that I'm going to go out immediately and join the fucking EDL. On this particular occasion, I wanted to hear what he had to say. Thank you very much, Mr. Jim Carrey. Why wouldn't you want to listen to Steve Bannon over Ace Ventura: Pet Detective? The man is responsible for President Trump. It's fascinating. I want to know everything. What this man has to say should be piped into schools. And I want to hear what he has to say because he's talking to our politicians. Now, politicians who've got their sights on number 10. What exactly is he advising Boris to do? Pretty sure it's not just keep your hair shit and cheat on your wife. Worked for Donald. It's dangerous to listen to what he has to say. Well, maybe, yeah, but it's way more dangerous not to. Okay, he calls himself an economic nationalist, which sounds about as cuddly as he is. Why would anyone not want to try and understand the man at the heart of a populist movement that is spreading, infecting the globe? If you don't listen to Bannon, he doesn't just fucking go away. No single bad idea in history was ever defeated by simply not listening to it. The other one, right? But by defending his right to speak, you're enabling racism. Fuck you. By not allowing him to speak, you are enabling racism. By depriving us of a great opportunity to show everyone, including his supporters, why he's wrong. And if you don't take that opportunity, you're leaving some of the most pernicious, dangerous ideas unchallenged. And it is a tactic that has failed time and time again. This guy got Trump to the White House, putting your fingers in your ears and calling all his supporters deplorables or neo-Nazis. It didn't work, did it? The data's in. It doesn't fucking work. In fact, the strategy helps Trump. Because you push people to the far right by telling them they're already there. Bring it on. I'll interview the cunt. Thanks, Maggie. Well, this summer was literally a scorcher.